documenting the collapse of life as we know it, as perpetrated by the global military-industrial complex. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the host of the Ronald Show, Ronald.
What if a government intelligence analyst from the Pentagon is forced to save mankind from extinction and the world from destruction, but first he must evolve into the Messiah and create the plan to save the world? The 21st century Messiah arrives, battles dark forces, and sparks the Armageddon that leads to the apocalypse, rapture, the 2012 pole shift, and extraterrestrial contact. Buy the book today by Ronald Farnham at Amazon and Barnes & Noble. The Second Coming of the Messiah, Book 1, The Awakening.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the Ronald Show, documenting the collapse of life as we know it is perpetrated by the global military-industrial complex and teaching you to be a creditor in commerce. Well, I am in my new house. I'm no longer living in the apartment complex that I was living in North Hollywood. I am now in Nuys, California, which is I'm a little bit further west than I was, and I'm directly about 5 miles directly north of West Hollywood. So I still just go over the hill, just on the other side of the hill. I lived over here and I would go into Hollywood and Vine. Over on this side I go into Hollywood and La Cienega Boulevard. So that's where I moved. So still relative to Hollywood right there. Anyway, what I wanted to get with you today was about the juice cleansing and the lifestyle of it. Now what I do, and this is how I juice and I make it more practical to juice, is I'll go and buy all of my vegetables that I'm going to juice with, and I'll juice them all. And at least one time through. And it gets filled up here in this pitcher. I don't know if you can see that right there. See that pitcher? Well, the juice goes into this pitcher, and then the pulp collects in here. And then I take the pulp out of there and I put it in here. That way I can save the pulp, because what I do is I eat it with oil and vinegar as kind of a tabbouleh. And I take all of the juice from there and I put it in a pitcher so that so I can save it, so I can drink this juice. It was up to there over a few days during my juice cleansing. And then when I get hungry, if I want food to chew on, I take this, I mix olive oil and vinegar, apple cider vinegar in it, and I eat it like a salad, or it's really good. It's actually very tasty, and it's healthy because I'm getting the essential fatty acids from the olive oil, and a very cleansing apple cider vinegar that gives it taste. And this is all minced up, so it's really easy to eat. It's kind of like a dessert in a way. It really tastes good. So that is how I use the juicing, juice fast, juice cleansing way of life normally. And then I just eat nuts. I eat I use this bowl right here and fill it up with raw almonds, cashews, garbanzo beans, not garbanzo beans, but hazelnuts and Brazil nuts, and I get them all raw. So part of my lifestyle for keeping my intestines clean is these are almonds and hazelnuts, and they're really good and they're raw. And I always have like a bowl full of them lying around, and cashews, raw cashews and raw Brazil nuts. I love cashews. And like I said, I put the apple cider vinegar in this, and I eat it as a mix, like a salad mix. This is only the second time they've been juiced, so I'm juicing them. Actually, I only juiced them once last time, so I took them out and I'm juicing them again. And I just juiced them one time, and look, I got this much more juice out of it. And this has been in the fridge for a day or so, like a day and a half since the last juicing. So I use the apple cider vinegar as a mixer, and I use olive oil, extra virgin olive oil as a mixer. So I put that in a bowl and I eat it like a dinner. And it's really filling. And I'm always drinking a lot of liquid. In fact, I live right by an alkaline water store, and they make, this is filled with alkaline water, 8.5 to 9 pH level, which keeps you oxygenated. You don't have to drink as much water to stay as oxygenated and hydrated. The molecules in this water are 1/8 the size of bottled water that you would get from the store, and who knows how much better than the tap water that you're getting, because the tap water, I don't know if I trust it anymore, but I drank it for a couple days and did not feel good. So obviously we can't live off our tap water right now because it's too dirty all over the United States, probably all over the world, and a lot worse in some countries than others. I know if I went to Mexico and started drinking tap water, that would be kind of a juice cleanse too, only a painful way, and could kill you. So you don't want to do that, especially if you don't have a very strong heart. I'm not saying I don't have a very strong heart, but what bacterial infection of Mexican water or any other country could do to you is just kind of potentially deadly. Well, that's the show for today. I wanted to get into the lifestyle of juice cleansing and how I eat on a regular basis to keep my intestines clean. I decided to just stay as empty as possible. Just keep my intestines cleansed most of the time by taking in mostly liquid, eating nuts for protein, and olive oil, and keeping fungus and bacteria out of my system through the apple cider vinegar. And then the fiber from all the vegetables keeps me cleansed. So that's all you really need. And sometimes when I go out, sure, I can eat for pleasure. I can have a hamburger, a hot dog, or whatever we're having. Life's a party out here. But normally, like 90% of the time, I'm not partying. I'm inside working. In fact, I'm in the process of completing the rewrite for the Second Coming of the Messiah book, Book 1, The Awakening, which is going to be titled, and now is titled, in my mind, is The Bible Part 2, The Second Coming of the Messiah, Book 1, The Awakening. And then the second book is going to be The Bible Part 2, The Second Coming of the Messiah, Book 2, The Rapture. And then the third book in the series is going to be The Bible Part 2, The Second Coming of the Messiah, Book 3, 1,000 Years of Peace. So it's a three-book trilogy that is the sequel to the Bible. In fact, I'm actually reading the Bible right now. And I figure if I'm going to write about the Bible and give a book the title called The Sequel to the Bible, then I may as well read the original Bible, or as close to the original Bible as possible, so that I can get a full understanding of what it is that I'm writing about and talking about, and also, structure it in such a way that it's equivalent to the structuring of the Bible, of course. And then I'm putting in the way we can deliberately manifest the rapture on our terms instead of on the global military industrial complex's terms, because remember, what I'm really teaching you is human sovereignty. And that's what being a creditor in commerce is all about: human sovereignty. Having control of your human vessel, having control of your, by getting control of your certificate of live birth, and having control of the grant deeds for your land, so you can't have your land taken away, and also having control of the manufacturer statements of origin of all of your automobiles. All right, well, thanks for watching. Today's September 4th, 2013, and you are watching The Ronald Show, which comes to you every Friday at 8 p.m. via email directly from me. So if you want to be on the list, just email me at theronaldshow2011@gmail.com, and I will definitely put you on the list, and you'll get every new episode. And together we can effect a change on this planet by getting everybody healthy, getting off of the processed foods, collapsing the global military industrial complex together by reclaiming our sovereignty, and then getting rid of the monetary system, which all of these answers are provided in the books that I'm publishing, the sequel to the Bible, Part 2. The Bible, Part 2. All right, thanks for watching The Ronald Show. Until next time, and after this, peace. Have you ever wanted to write a book? Have you ever wanted to write a screenplay? Have you ever wanted to have your great movie idea turned into a screenplay, turned into a movie, turned into a book, and distributed all over the world? Well, now you can learn how to do it with the great new book by Ronald Farnham, How to Write a Screenplay in 30 Days or Less. It includes the logline, theme, synopsis, outline, and screenplay of the 3 magic questions. Learn how to write a screenplay in 30 days or less, or your money back. Get it today at Amazon or Barnes & Noble. Hello everyone and welcome back to the Ronald Show, documenting the collapse of life as we know it is perpetrated by the global military-industrial complex and teaching you to be a creditor in commerce. And I hope you're getting it so far. You're thinking and talking about helping to collapse the global military-industrial complex and eradicate the monetary system. And we can all do that by taking control of our vehicles, our land, all of our property, and our human vessel. Get your certificate of live birth, get the grant deed to your properties, and get the manufacturer statement of origin for your automobiles. So it's been an interesting year so far in the world of sports. I was just talking to the dogs that these new pets that I have. I just moved into a wonderful new house in the valley out in Van Nuys, and I got these wonderful new pets, and they are so friendly and so fun and so loving and good looking dogs. And look at them, they just love, they're always playing. Look at them, my camera shy. Oh, come here, Lola, don't be scared. That's Lola. She is an American bulldog. There you go, say hi. Lola's shy. Aw, what a good little doggy. Are you shy? Look at her smiling. She's a good dog. She's a good dog. Look at her. She's an American. Yeah, say hi to the camera. Say hi to the camera. Aw, good girl. Good girl. Aw. And then there, over here, who's this? This is Murray, named after Bill Murray. Now, and that's Lola. She's named after the song Lola. And then here is Dylan, named after, that's right, Bob Dylan. And the answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. That's Dylan's theme song, Bob Dylan. All right, so we got Dylan, Lola, hello, Lola, Lola. And these two are such good friends. They're always play fighting with each other. They're always having a good time. They're always going at it. That's Murray, named after none other than Bill Murray. That's right, Bill Murray from Ghostbusters, Groundhog Day, Scrooged, Saturday Night Live. You know, the world famous Bill Murray. So these are this is the cool house, and I'm digging it out here in Van Nuys, California. It's been nothing but a good time out in Hollywood, and I have some good news, and I can share it with you now because I won't jinx it. By the time this airs, I'll either be able to say, well, it happened or it didn't happen. But as you know, Harry Johnson, Diary of a Gigolo Porn Star, the movie, well, you know the book because you see the book commercial that I put on my show. That's why I do my show, so you'll watch it, so you'll see the commercials, so you'll buy my books. I made the books, you know, got to put them out there. Scott and I wrote Harry Johnson, Diary of a Gigolo Porn Star together, and then he said, hey, you should take the way that you write screenplays, how I taught him, how Scott and I wrote I have the system and the way I write screenplays. He said, you should turn that into a book. So I thought, okay, yeah, I will. And he said, really, you should do that right away. I'll even pay for it to be published. And so he did. He paid for Author House to publish my book. And then it's also on Amazon. So get my book, How to Write a Screenplay in 30 Days or Less. It's how Harry Johnson was written. And it's also got a screenplay in it. And it's got a 50% off coupon for Movie Magic Screenwriter. I also use other screenwriting software too. So I have a Dell touchscreen. I like it. This is what I edit the Ronald Show on. Tomorrow I am going into pre-production on Hollywood and Vine. So what I was going to say about Harry Johnson is this, that I'm having a meeting coming up here soon with the world famous Ron Jeremy. That's right, because we have a part for Harry Johnson in Harry Johnson for Ron Jeremy. So, and we want to put a porn film icon in this spoof comedy. It's going to make the movie classic, I think. Anyway, that's the show for today. I was going to say New York Yankees. Wow, what a weird year. Derek Jeter officially went on the disabled list. He's done. Even if they make the playoffs, he probably won't even play in the playoffs. And I think right now the Yankees, there's 18 games left in the season. Today is September 12th, 2013. And I just got back home from near Pasadena. No, not Pasadena. Los Angeles River Center, out off of Figueroa in downtown LA. But I did take the Gold Line to get there, Red Line to the Gold Line. I live out in Van Nuys. It's nice out here between Van Nuys Boulevard and Sepulveda, right off of Sherman Way, near Sherman Oaks. Tomorrow I'm going to be juicing. And I also started getting my weight training area going, and I have P90X back in my hand and here on the desk because my housemates are going to do P90X too, and we've already been juicing. I used a little bit too much beet the last time. It's weird when you eat a bunch of beets for a couple days and juice it a lot. TMI, my urine turned red. It was scary for a minute. I was like, that's right, it's the beets. I'm not having internal bleeding. I had to resist calling 911 and just, ride it out. And it was the beets. All right, the dogs are tired. I'm going back because I'm got to go back to writing now. I'm going to be writing. I'm still working on the final edit for the Bible Part 2, the Second Coming of the Messiah, Book 1, The Awakening. It's the sequel to the Bible. And it's got the directions on deliberate manifestation so that you can use your subconscious mind to create the life that you want, actually, how to do it, the steps. Also break it down. I'm going to be breaking down the original Bible, the Old Testament and the New Testament. I started reading the Bible, and if I'm going to write the sequel to the Bible, like I said before, I need to understand the Bible and read it, and so far. I didn't like the version I was reading, so I'm going to go to the library and get a King James version. I've been told that is the closest accurate translation for, what the original Bible said. And what I'm doing is I'm correlating the message in the Bible with deliberate manifestation, because it looks like the parables Jesus taught, from what I read so far in Matthew and Mark, is that Jesus was basically teaching you how to have faith, and faith is the power of the subconscious mind, because our subconscious mind relates to electrons in a direct observation manner. So based on your subconscious thoughts, the way you perceive energy and reality, it reacts to it. They're just learning this in laboratories about how electrons react to observation. So with faith, the power of observation on your reality based on the set of beliefs in your subconscious mind, Jesus was teaching the power of belief and how to manifest energy based on what you believe you're seeing around you. Plus, it's also real. This physical energy is actually real. And that's one of the through lines I changed from the Second Coming of the Messiah, Book 1, The Awakening, to the new version, which is going to be the Bible Part 2, the Second Coming of the Messiah, Book 1, The Awakening, is that I had originally painted the picture that the Messiah and the narrator of the story believed that all of reality is just an illusion and that energy is not real. But that's not true. Energy is real and physical, and it manifests into apparent solidity based on our
observation and subset of subconscious beliefs. So when we look at something, matter and energy take form based on our observation of it. Like they say, if a tree falls in the woods and nobody is around to hear it, did it still make a sound? And the answer is that it did make a sound, and it did fall in the woods, because energy is real, and that tree is a manifestation of Earth, of God, you know, this one entity that is all of these electrons that are reacting to our individual subconscious minds. So that's really what energy is, basically. And that's what reality is. It's real matter reacting to our subconscious minds and observation of matter and energy. And it turns into physical form. And it's also collaborative. All of us are separate perception points, I guess, for God. Anyway, so that you're going to like the new version of The Second Coming of the Messiah. And I'm putting it out as a sequel to the Bible. So that might raise a stir, I'm hoping. You know, publicity. Any publicity is good publicity. Really, my bottom line goal is, as you know, to get rid of the monetary system and have us all take control of our land, property, and human vessel, and then get rid of the whole global military-industrial complex, which is war. So we don't want any more of that. All right. Thanks for watching The Ronald Show. Documenting the collapse of life as we know it is perpetrated by the global military-industrial complex. Somebody there? And teaching you to be a creditor in commerce. Someone at the front door? All right, we will be back after this piece.
the human race will die.
Oh, really?
The first commandment is to maintain a global population under 500 million. Do you know what that means? It means 6.5 billion people are going to die at the hands of the Illuminati unless we stop the Iranians from detonating that dirty nuclear bomb at the Hollywood and Vine train station. The Iranian suicide bomber cell is located at the Vibe Hotel on Hollywood Boulevard.
This isn't Scooby-Doo.
Please!
Little blood drinking turned your stomach?
Guide them to the bomb. What is this? Fucking Batman and Robin?
I had become part of something that I no longer felt right about serving.
It's Hollywood and Vine, not Vine Hollywood. Don't you know anything about American culture? You silly Russian.
The global military-industrial complex.
Leading the charge of the carnal feminine.
Ah, yes. The Messiah.
My book is the solution.
How is that the way the world is?
Traitor, who are you working for?
If I was cartoon character, I'd be Woody Woodpecker.
This land is your land. This land is my land. From the Gulf Stream waters to the New York Island, this land was made for you and me.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Ronald Show. It's still September 12th, 2013, and I got my guitar here, right here. I don't know, I haven't played it in a while. Since I moved out here, I've been busy, but I miss playing it. A long time ago, tropical train, but down that road far away, stands the tree to the tropical train. Alright, so that's that song. I'm just practicing a little bit. I got that from a video I saw on YouTube. Shit that Asian mothers say. Oh no, it's youtube.com/shit that Asian mothers say. And one of them is, Ayah. Look it up. I'm not making it up, kids. This is all true. Everything coming to you from the Ronald Show is 100% true.
You look like prostitute. Go put on pants. Do you have boyfriend? Don't change boy like you change t-shirt. Is he rich? Why you so dark? Is he the black guy? Why you go out every day try to have a sex? Why you go out you try to sell drug? Why you like the black guy? I raised you all by myself. How many boyfriend you have? Don't forget your culture. I know you try to sex every day. So embarrass me. Why you eat outside all the time? Waste the money. Eat at home. Be good boy. Last night, baby. But honey, do for me. Honey, do for me. Honey, do for me. Honey, do for me. Do for me. Buy one get one free. Honey, do for me. Confucius say, honey, it's cold outside. I already made dinner. They get the table ready. Eat. My son is so lazy. Is this your friend? So so handsome. How come my son not like your son? Sit straight, no shaky leg, no elbow. My daughter's so fat, so skinny, you need to eat more. Why you so fat? So fat. How many times I tell you, you're not my son anymore, you so respect me. Hello? Hello. My son is so stupid. You're so stupid. 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 Why you so stupid? So stupid.
Hello, pretty princess.
You don't like it here? Go join their family. You need to finish your food. There is hungry children in Africa. Ayah. 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 Soy milk is good. Wow. Do your homework. Is that your boyfriend? I tell you, no boyfriend. What the hell are you looking? Huh? Honey, is that your girlfriend? Hello? Ayah. Okay. B? B is for bitch.
And remember, this is my favorite song for myself is Love at First Sight. I've been a girl about you. She smiled at me as I told you. How do you do? How do you do? How do you do? Oh my. Alright, and that's the concert for today. Thanks for watching, and say goodbye to Lola. 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 Oh, look at that. They're kissing. They make out. Look at them. That's dogs making out. They do that all the time. It's kind of gross. I told them, I go, you need to get your own room. But then I know that they don't even know what that means. There's a lot of stuff that these dogs have. These dogs don't even know who the New York Yankees are. And I can't do anything about that. I take them, I show them pictures of Derek Jeter, I bring them in my room, I don't even know, and I say Derek Jeter, right? And they don't know who Derek Jeter is. Ichiro is playing for the Yankees now. Curtis Granderson back. Brett Gardner's doing well. People are honking. They're probably honking at the Ronald show. And Peyton Manning on opening day of the NFL football season for 2013 threw for 7 touchdowns, tied an NFL record, 7 touchdowns. And the Colts let him go. Good. I'm glad John Elway said, hey, we could use a quarterback. Even though I think Tim Tebow, I guess I haven't watched him play enough, but the dude's a winner. He's a winner. And he's a positive person. He has faith. He has belief in the Lord. You know, he believes in Jesus Christ. And that's good, because that's the power of belief and faith. That's what I believe. I believe in the power of the mind. Mind over matter. Actually, everything is mind over matter. Thanks for watching The Ronald Show, documenting the collapse of life as we know it is perpetrated by the global military-industrial complex. And remember, we can be part of collapsing life as we know it.
as perpetrated by the global military-industrial complex. The global military-industrial complex has things under their control right now. But if all police officers and military members just put down their weapons, turn in their uniforms, then there will be no more war, period. And that will collapse the global military-industrial complex, especially if everybody tears up their social security cards, national ID cards. All right, thanks for watching. Peace.
Now available at Amazon and Barnes & Noble is Harry Johnson, Diary of a Gigolo Porn Star. The crazy adventure of a 1951-born male in Beaufort, Georgia with a 2-foot penis that grows to 3 feet. He goes on to become an international porn star after becoming a war hero in Vietnam. Get it today at Amazon or Barnes & Noble. It was a nightmare from hell. The year was 1998, and the world as we knew it was coming to an end. Except for voiceovers and handheld cameras used for wars. When the beings arrived, we thought they were friendly. We were wrong. Dead wrong.
I didn't want to do that, alright? But he was going to get us killed. Alright, now look. All right, we need to lay low and stay still until Bobby gets here with the map, alright? Look at me. Jeremy, alright? Now let's go. Come on, follow me. Bobby. Bobby. Bobby, are you there? Bobby. Bobby, come in, Bobby. Are you there?
Oh my God! I'm in such pain! I feel like every part of me, inside and out, has been arse-raped by King Kong.
Bobby, listen. Bobby. We are at the rally point, alright? Are you close?
Yes. I'm very close to passing out from all the pain and or choking on my own blood. It's a small miracle I even have the strength to operate this radio. In fact, I'm squeezing it against my noggin. I've lost both my arms every time I take a step forward. It seems like I'm falling back with dizziness.
You hear that, Jeremy? Alright? He's close. We're gonna be fine.
Do you remember what they said on the radio? They said if the aliens get close, that we were better off ending our own lives. I think that's what we should do, don't you?
No, bro, what are you, stupid? Alright, those same radio stations are the same ones that own those newspapers who write those carefully worded obituaries. Alright? We're fine. Besides, Bobby's on his way with the map.
I am not on the way. I slid down a hill, lubricated with my own blood, sweat, feces and tears. I'm now much further away than I was. Twilight is setting on my brief and underwhelming life. I've swallowed a portion of my own tongue whilst writhing around in agony. Also, a map in my pocket is now illegible. It's entirely covered in my own blood. All hope is lost.
You hear that? You hear that, Jeremy? Hope, baby. Hope, baby.
May the author of the universe enable all men to reach an understanding of their spiritual nature. May awareness and understanding of life expand, so that all may come to know the author of the universe, LRH.
What the fuck was that?
Scientology prayer.
What do you want me to do? Drag these aliens down to a strip mall and give them a personality test? Come on, bro, this stuff is nonsense. There's billions of these aliens, and if there's some from volcanoes, and they're coming up from the volcanoes, I mean, what hope do we have?
I'm crawling ever closer, but I fear I may have seen my last sunset. My only regret is that I never saw Epcot.
You see, that's it. We're all dead. He's the only one with the antidote. Before I kill myself, I want you to know something. I ate your peanut butter at camp.
I fucked your girlfriend like a week before you married her. What's that smell?
I just shit myself.
I cooked and ate that otter that you saved from that abandoned...
What? Skippy? You ate Skippy, you son of a bitch! I was gonna give the whiskers for cake! Alas, Jeremy. My dearest friend. I have betrayed thee.
Conscience makes cowards of us all. Be all my sins remembered. I never really felt inclined to eat Skippy.
We'll now take a quick look at pineal gland symbology and the pine cone. Why the truth and information about this knowledge has been a well-guarded secret of the priest class for a great many years. The symbol of the all-seeing eye has always been a part of Earth's creation mythologies and mysteries. In ancient Egypt and in the modern-day dollar bill, it is symbolized by the eye of Horus, or the all-seeing eye. The symbol was passed down through the ancient mystery teachings of Babylon and be found on the American dollar bill. Why the symbol of the eye? The eye is the observer of reality, or the illusion of reality. In the physical body, your eyes look outward. Though it views objects upside down, it next sends the message of what it observes to the brain, which interprets the image and makes it appear right side up to us. But the human body has another physical eye, whose function has long been recognized by humanity. It is called the third eye, which in reality is the pineal gland. It is the spiritual third eye, our inner vision, and it is considered the seat of the soul. It is located in the geometric center of the cranium. The pineal gland is about the size of a grain of rice and is in the center of the brain. It is located in the geometric center in the brain as well. It is located directly behind the eyes, attached to the third ventricle. The true function of this mysterious gland has long been contemplated by philosophers and spiritual adepts. Ancient Greeks believed the pineal gland to be our connection into the realms of thought. The Scardes called it the seat of the soul. This gland is activated by light, and it controls the various biorhythms of the body. It works in harmony with the hypothalamus gland, which directs the body's thirst, hunger, sexual desire, and the biological clock that determines our aging process. When the pineal gland awakens, one feels a pressure at the base of the brain. This pressure will often be experienced when connecting to higher frequency. A head injury can also activate the third eye pineal gland. While the physiological function of the pineal gland has been unknown until recent times, mystical traditions and esoteric schools have long known this area in the middle of the brain to be the connecting link between the physical and spiritual worlds. Considered the most powerful and highest source of ethereal energy available to humans, the pineal gland has always been important in initiating supernatural powers. Development of psychic talents has been closely associated with this organ of higher vision. The pineal gland contains a complete map of the visual field of the eyes, and it plays significant roles in human functioning. With the pineal gland being a pine cone shaped gland, we will now take a look at some of the symbology of pine cones throughout the world, symbolizing the third eye and the attainment and the restriction also of knowledge. The most fascinating of all pine cone pineal gland iconography is found in Rome at the Vatican. This is the largest representation of a pine cone found anywhere in the world and is adorned by two peacocks, which symbolize immortality and resurrection. Notice that the pine cone is green and undeveloped. This is symbolic of how the priest class wishes for our third eyes to remain. Immature, unopened, and unable to see the true light and nature of reality. This symbol is an in-your-face reminder of the restriction of knowledge and the power of keeping mankind in a state of arrested development through the withholding of pineal gland information, thus keeping us from knowing the true nature of reality through providing us with false religions. DMT, or dimethyltryptamine, is a substance produced by the pineal gland that is believed to facilitate the traveling of the human soul in and out of the body. The human body is flooded with this substance at birth and at death, and also the 13th week of gestation of a newborn child, coinciding with the Tibetan Book of the Dead, and what it refers to as the exact time when a soul can incarnate in a new body on earth. DMT has been associated with near-death experiences and shamanistic travels into the spirit world by its ability to take a person's soul into non-material realms of reality. Strange enough, DMT also has a cone shape when magnified underneath a microscope. Clinical studies of DMT have shown patients to contact alien and reptilian-like creatures who claim to be waiting for them during these experiences. Shamans have used ayahuasca, which contains DMT, to communicate with their quote-unquote gods for centuries. While science doesn't officially claim to know what DMT is actually for, research into dimethyltryptamine will show that this substance produced by the third eye allows a glimpse into realms beyond our 3D world. Buddhist monks spend lifetimes to know this power, and there is more to know on DMT than we have time to cover here. So please look into dimethyltryptamine, DMT, for yourself. Another interesting connection to the pineal gland is Sirius. Often referred to as the portal to Sirius, it appears that this knowledge of the pineal gland and DMT was known by the priest class of the Egyptians as well as by the priest class of today. You will find reference to both the pine cone and Sirius to be important elements of the Freemasonic system. The star Sirius is commonly known as the dog star, and the dog is associated with the 13th Kabbalistic pathway of Gimel, and is the guardian of the threshold. The dog is also that of the ancient Egyptians and their god Anubis. Anubis is the lord of mummification, and is also associated with the death trance, which seems interestingly related to dimethyltryptamine, or DMT. The dog is also used by the Greeks as the three-headed dog of the underworld known as Cerberus, and that of Dr. John Dee's Chronozon of the Enochian magical system who is the intelligence of the veil of the abyss. The dog also represents the mammalian brain of the cerebellum, which resides atop the reptilian brainstem and is the headquarters for the autonomic nervous system. Between the hemispheres of the cerebellum, one will find the vestigial eye of the pineal gland. There is much more to know about the pineal gland, dimethyltryptamine, and Sirius than we have time to cover in this short video. But I hope you will use this as a springboard for your own research and as a tool to enlighten others on the true nature of our reality of illusion.